Okay, so I'm going to take a minute to address what happened in my last video, or in my last live stream. We had a minute and a half into it, and it went to hell. I'm not entirely sure why, but they flagged it for inappropriate content, and that makes exactly sense to me, because as far as I could tell, the only thing that was wrong with that video was my Shadows desktop background, which I literally chose as a way to be ironic. If that's the issue, I'm more than happy to change it, but I would appreciate it if you guys would wait to flag my video until maybe after the stream is done, especially when you're calling it inappropriate content, like I did something awful on camera, which I didn't. I literally just sat here. Anyway, and I apologize for the corner cam. Things are not currently set up more than the corner. I haven't had a chance to build the back backdrop further than this camera reaches in the corner here, and that's with the edges cut away. I will be doing a job of that soon. But anyway, yeah, so I screamed at the ether and talked to you guys for the better part of an hour. And you guys didn't get to see any of it or any of the gameplay. Why? I have no idea. Honestly, the only thing that makes sense to me is the background of that thing. Otherwise, stream's current bitrate is high. Bitrate. We recommend to use a stream bitrate of 2500 kbps, and I'm streaming at 8000. Used to stream at 8,000 all the time, I'm pretty sure. Okay, can we open the widget and just see what's what? Stream is healthy. YouTube is not currently receiving data for this stream. If you believe, okay, stream's bitrate is higher than the recommended. I don't know if that just means that it's going to be overtly powerful for some people, or if it means it's going to introduce a ton of latency. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. YouTube, love to know what it was that I did wrong in that stream, and I'm assuming again that it was me using Shadow here as a deal. I'm not gonna pull it up again on stream because that might just get too. But if that was the issue, please just let me know. I'd love to know why it was that got taken down before it had a chance to get off the ground. And with that, I guess all of the PSAs and have to be repeated. So, to recap what I just spent 25 minutes telling you guys. This channel is still to at least one video a week. With that, you can look forward to the Halo Legendary Marathon making a return. I am not going to be importing all the videos from my old channel over to this one. I don't have time for that, and I also don't have the wherewithal for that. God damn it! I think so I've got two flies that are flying around my desk, and they're just these little things. They're little fruit flies, and I think one of them just flew. Oh, gross. Anyway, secondly, you're going to be seeing. We're hoping to do more Warframe. With that, I was warned by a friend and by a couple of other people through private message that we might have to be careful with that. We've been kind of told that they very, very, very much prefer that if you're going to to Twitch. So with that, we may end up having to set up a Twitch account, which I think I have. I think it's Nightshade_Blade or something like that. I might have changed the name. But anyway, I think we'll probably end up streaming it there and then YouTube, if that's possible, to avoid any trouble with them. Digital Extremes seem like they're pretty level-headed. My guess is they probably wouldn't care, but it's just a way for us to cover our butts. Thirdly, I will be doing a solo playthrough at some point or other of Fallout 4. I'm going to be doing that with the music turned off, which sucks because that's kind of one of the more appealing things. I can insert, I can insert something in the interim, but I do want to do some like how-to videos on some of that because it seems to me that a lot of quality of life mods that are out there are not getting the attention they deserve. So with that, I want to do those. Fourthly, Umbra and I have been talking at length, and he's been pestering me for over a year now. We're doing a run through of, I don't think this for it, but we're going to be playing Ocarina of Time randomizer together. Items from his world are going to end up in my world, and items that are supposed to be in my world will be in his. It's going to be a whole thing, and I'm not entirely sure how it works, but it'll be really interesting to see how that kind of dynamic works together. I get the feeling that I'm going to end up with like 150 small keys, and he's going to end up with all the key items, the things that we really need. And we might going to do it as a race, but if we do it as a race, we won't be sharing items. If we do it, I want to do a cooperative playthrough first, where we get a feel for how the randomizer does things, and that'll probably end up being like, okay, X item to cross this chasm. You need a hook shot. I have a hook shot. You need the long shot. Sorry, neither of us has that. Let's go. Both of us have to go do that quest and find out which one of us gets it. Or maybe neither of us get it, and it's just in a random chest. That's the beauty of the randomizer. In some of the more extreme cases, you could do one of the little kick open chests in Ocarina of Time, and have it contain like light arrows or some ridiculousness. So with that, I'm really excited to see that come to fruition. We will be doing more Grand Theft Auto if everybody is all down for it. But we're gonna be changing things a little bit because I don't know how much of this got into the last video, but 5 copyright claims on one video. 5. And at least 1 on each of the other ones that we did with Grand Theft Auto after that. And it was ridiculous. I was like, okay, well, yes, but all we were doing was playing the game. Like, or anything like that, But then again, I realized, yeah, but this game, or these songs were not originally in this game. They were licensed by the game creator. They are not part of the game. And so that was on me. That was my fault. But what do you do? And so the last thing that I want to say is we didn't get a lot very for you guys to realize this, but this computer did introduce a significant amount of chop into the actual gameplay, and I was watching it the whole time because I've got dual monitor, I've got OBS up on the left or on the right, and then game here right in the middle, right in front of the camera, so it looks like I'm at least kind of looking at you guys. Bearing those things in mind, video chop is a problem, and I'm asking far too much any computer system on Earth at this point. I'm expecting it to bring a stream in from Shadow, decode that, and that's all on the processor. The processor's also got to be decoding my cam up here in the corner, and then it has to be putting it into OBS. OBS has to process it using more processing power, and then it has to send it to the poor little NVIDIA GeForce. It's not a GeForce. It's just a little GeForce that's loaded into this thing. And that poor little GeForce has to try and encode that whole video from massively high bitstream qualities and then send it out over the internet yet again. And the internet's already an incoming stream. So between those two things, I think I'm overtaxing the internet, first of all. But this little computer, second of all, I mean, it's just a laptop. And it doesn't have room for, as I got to this part before I got cut off. Sorry, I'm yawning. That's rude. But there's no room for peripherals on this thing. I've got my microphone, I got my camera, and I've got the Elgato Cam, or a microphone, camera, and headset. That's the third thing. And it's not ideal. We'll go with that. I can't have a real mouse. Bluetooth mouse or I have to use this trackpad or a controller. So, I've been trying to find ways around that. I've reduced the video resolution to 20p, as most of you will have noticed. I've also reduced my the quality of the games I'm streaming and whatnot to try and help save some megabits per second on the stream end and the encode. And it's helped, but it's not solved the problem, particularly during that live stream. During recordings, I get something that's not really what I would call buttery smooth, but it probably would per second if I set the video to work like that instead of 60. And we're going to give that a shot too, but I think the problem ultimately lies. The reason I have a shadow computer is because this laptop could not process a game and encode a video at the same time. It just couldn't do it. So I use Shadow to do the heavy lifting for the actual game processing. That enables me to at least make videos, but it's not ideal. It's not against, as far as I know. I need to go back and I need to read through their EULA, but I'm fairly certain it doesn't violate any terms of service. I don't see why it would. But anyway, those are just a couple of things that I do want to talk about. Just saying, hey, look, we're having more struggles. The literal name of the game for this channel. It always has been, and for its predecessor. But the good news is that we've got the equipment side of things figured out for the most part, except for the laptop. And hopefully, I don't want to make any generous assumptions or anything, but oh, I'm sorry, I'm yawning again. It is very late here. I'm hoping that come December, that we'll have the equipment sorted as well. I am working on putting together a savings account for buying a desktop computer. They've currently got one at $850 that I want. It would be more than adequate for gaming and whatnot. I could still do exactly what I do here. It's just a matter of putting money for that together, and then getting it sent here. And hopefully they don't run out of them before I get my paws on one. If they do, well, I'll find something similar to it. We'll just have to see. So, in the meantime, while I'm trying to figure that out, I'm still going to try and make videos. I may end up having to drag this whole setup back to the apartment into my other computer. Or, alternatively, try shoving... or try shoving the graphics card into the server and try using that as a go-to for now. I don't think it's gonna work. The processor in that is only, I think, one generation newer than the one that was in the old computer. Actually, I take that back. The computer I have that I'm running in the apartment has a one generation newer processor than this does. This has the same as my really old one, the one that I fried doing YouTube, ironically. I won't be able to handle it at all. It won't be able to handle this camera. Now I could go back to using my crummy webcam. I could do that. I'd rather not. But I mean, if it works, I guess I really can't. We're like 90% of the way there. It's just I need something that can handle multiple peripherals and all this other stuff, and make it good, So with that, you've got plenty of different contents that are coming up. One piece that I forgot to mention is Umbra, Berserker, and I are all in the middle of a run through Dark Souls Remastered. I don't know if I want to start a new character and just take you guys through it from the get-go, or if I just want to have you guys jump in the middle of it and be like, okay, so what are we doing today, I'm going to talk that over with them, see what they're comfortable with, because they're dragging my sorry behind through the whole game. I played the original Dark Souls before it was multiplayer, and I finished it. How many years ago now? It's like, uh, it's like a new game to me. I don't remember. I remember cutscenes and I remember some of the happenings or whatever, but I have no idea. I don't remember maps. I don't remember how to get places. So I'm just utterly pathetic. But they're being good sports about it, and they're helping pull me through the areas that I don't understand, and I'm slowly remembering how to get around places. So I don't have to ask for as many directions. I mean, literally, when we first started, it was, okay, so where am I going? How do I here? Just describe where I am and hope that they could figure out from my crap ass description where in high heaven I was. So I I don't know. I'm hoping that they'll be comfortable coming back. Umber has expressed, and I've told him that if he's going to do it, he should do it while we do the random. He's expressed some interest in making his own YouTube channel. He will not be doing. He's like, I'd rather not do webcam if that's okay. And I said, well, most Let's Players do, but not all of them. He doesn't have. He's like, well, I wouldn't even have really a decent. I said, well, welcome to borrow mine if you so choose. Recommend a camera, or hell, you can have my web. So we'll see. I'm gonna keep talking to him about that. See what he thinks he wants to do with it, if he wants to do it anytime in the near future or not. But I know we'll be doing the randomizer here. I want to try it. I'm gonna be getting I'm trying to get that set up here tonight or tomorrow. But it'd be really fun just to see that. And again, I'm sorry that that live stream ended and you guys didn't get any gameplay content after I promised you some. But I don't have time to do another game playthrough. I shouldn't even be up recording this, honestly. My fiance was probably 20 minutes ago. But here we are. Again, YouTube, if you do end up watching this, I've already submitted an which seems odd for a 1.5 minute video, but I submitted the appeal on the principle of the fact that I have no idea why it got flagged. They just say it's inappropriate content. They can't tell me what it was. So, with that in mind, I guess, YouTube, if you do feel so obligated to reach out, that would be awesome. If you don't, just go ahead and change anything that I can conceivably think of as being an issue. The only other thing I can think of is that maybe Shadow has something in their EULA that says that I'm not allowed to use their platform for streaming like that. And Blade Group, I am sorry. If that's the case, I did not read the. Give me a moment, please. There's no way for me to. Okay, so I apologize for that. For those of you who were watching, maybe I've lost most of you now, but you've probably heard the yelling in the background. My daughter just had I shouldn't really, my fiance's daughter, she just had a nightmare and panicked a little bit. So, with that too, I don't want to keep anybody awake while things are going on. So, I think this will be a good stopping point, and hopefully, in the future, we don't get videos that are flagged by YouTube in the first minute for inappropriate content. I don't know what that was all about. I'm going to try and figure that out. I'll dig into the analytics as soon as it's done uploading, find out why. But in the meantime, be looking for those videos. I mentioned most of them to you guys, so with that, I'll call it a night. And we'll see you guys next time. I know the other two are pretty excited about, yeah, just keep your eye out, and we'll see you next time in Stormfront Games. This is Plasma Storm.